Hello there, and welcome to this video content. Today I want to introduce you to my two best friends, Test_Grunt2 and my really big pistol.
Climb out of here!
Say hello, big pistol. So yeah, this is Cursed Halo. Again. I really wasn't planning on doing another update for Cursed Halo, but I couldn't help myself. Did Halo really need grunts that throw splash potions of blindness at you? Probably not, or definitely not, but that is a thing now. And so if your screen turns black while you're playing this mod, don't panic, you're just blind. Wait, and speaking of things that might make you go blind, yeah, it works too. I mean, listen. If you're okay with lowered crosshairs in shooters, then you can't complain about this. It's literally the same thing. What you can complain about though is the fact that the automatic 360 no-scope sniper rifle is unfortunately very bugged, and I had to remove it from the mod. Please send your complaints to keemstar@redlettermedia.com. Alright, so enough random tangents. I should probably explain what this video is actually about. A few months ago, Halo the Mustard Beef Connection finally got Steam Workshop support, and it's pretty great. 343 has finally made it so you don't need a degree in computer science just to install a mod. It's quite literally just one click and you're done. So I've been porting over a few of my old mods to the Steam Workshop so people can play them easier. And of course, when I got to Cursed Halo, I was distracted. And by distracted, I mean I doubled the amount of content in the mod, or tripled it, something along those lines. I mean, check it out, black hole. So yeah, I still plan on doing a Cursed Halo 2 or 3 or whatever, but I just got carried away adding a shitload of fuck to this mod. Most notably, new cutscenes. And boyo, there is a reason most mods don't have custom cutscenes. The amount of work I put into just adding a couple of new scenes to this game is mind-blowing. But it was very necessary for the new content I wanted to do for the campaign, which is completely lore-friendly suit upgrades.
Hey, Chief, over here! The boys down at R&D asked me to give this to you ASAP. Some kind of upgrade to your suit. Supposed to give you some kind of crazy-ass Bruce Lee powers, if you can believe it.
The first upgrade you get is a karate module that allows you to do spin kicks and jump kicks. It's lore-friendly. Seriously, there's nothing in the lore that says he can't do that. He can do that. The second upgrade is, of course, 4 pistols duct taped to your legs, which allows you to double jump. Listen, the science is there. Look, XKCD did a comic about this once. Lore friendly. And also, the pistols upgrade your spin kick so that it's a gun spin kick, so you can kick your enemies while you're shooting them. And the last upgrade, well, I don't want to spoil it, but my only regret here is that I now have to come up with something even stupider for the next Cursed Halo mod, and I'm just not sure if that's possible. Okay, I lied. This is a perfectly normal Halo pistol that reverses all of your controls. It is technically the best weapon in the game by a fairly wide margin, but it's unusable. This is the game design equivalent of a brain hemorrhage, and I'm very proud of it. Okay, so let's actually talk about design for just a bit here. One of my main goals with this update was to expand the amount of content in the campaign. Cursed Halo was originally just a pack of goofy weapons and not much else, but in this version, I've done my best to add a wide variety of new enemy types and events to the campaign. Some of them are better designed than others. For example, here we have the Covenant Craft troops. The grunts have bows, crossbows, and splash potions and will generally harass you from a distance, while the jackals have a diamond sword and shield and will rush you down and stab you. And the elites have a firework crossbow and diamond axe, and they will just bombard you with TNT from a distance. I've fine-tuned the AI for these enemies pretty well, and I gotta say, the sword and shield jackals are just kinda terrifying. I animated them so they can run with their shields held up in front of them, and it makes them really difficult to hit without an explosive weapon. And for some godforsaken reason, I gave their shields the ricochet property so that projectiles bounce back at you. Here's my pro tip though, if you're having a bad time, don't panic, just spin kick them into orbit. Another enemy type that got a massive redesign in this version of Cursed Halo is the Hunters. And to put it pretty simply, I made them into a bullet hell. Hunters have 3 firing modes now: a giant quad laser beam, a quad laser projectile, and a laser rapid quad laserlet. Wait, what the fuck did I just say? And if you somehow survive all of that, I also gave the Hunters a special flying spin slash maneuver, which makes them the official anime adaptation of Halo's Hunters. You're welcome, Japan. Now I could talk all day about enemy designs because there's just a ton of new content in this mod, from the magnanimous RGB Special Forces unit to the humble piss grunt. But I don't want to spoil all the surprises that this campaign has to offer. I gotta leave some mystery and intrigue for you guys to discover. Like, is that grunt holding a tool gun? I don't know. Are those perfect accuracy sniper jackals? Maybe? Or am I just trolling? Who knows? Alright, so now let's talk about the biggest change in this version of the mod. The, Halo Kart Grand Prix. So yeah, some of you may remember the Halo Kart multiplayer mod I made a few years back. I tried to port it over to MCC, but I could not get it working due to some weird technical issues that I'm not going to get into. But I didn't really want to scrap the whole thing because it's full of quality content. So I spent like 2 weeks developing AI driving in Halo 1, and I made it a part of the campaign. And I know a lot of you may be thinking that Halo 1 already had AI that could drive, but I am here to tell you that is not correct. Halo 1's AI is utterly incapable of driving in a straight line, and it wasn't until Halo 2 that the AI could actually drive a Warthog without wrecking it into a ditch in under 30 seconds. The code I added to make this work is an unbelievable mess, and it pushes the game engine way past its limits. But it does work. And trust me when I say, it is a miracle that it works. So yeah, now you can enjoy this racing game in the middle of your shooter game. Oh, and for anyone who's worried that this is a non-lore-friendly edition, I actually went ahead and added 2 new cutscenes that give perfectly logical explanations as to why there is a 5-race Grand Prix right in the middle of the Halo campaign. So yeah, it's all good, gamers. Don't worry about it.
Firing! Go, go, go!
Oh! Sorry. Another fun addition to the mod is the new grenade types. The new D20 frag grenades have been massively improved. They originally had about 40 possible random outcomes, and now it is up to over 90. Just about anything is possible when you throw one of these stupid grenades, from a Minecraft chest full of goodies, to a flashbang, to a nuclear detonation. The plasma grenade has also been reworked to be more chaotic and less performance heavy, and overall it just works a lot better than the old versions. Next we have the TNT block grenade, which is primarily dropped by the Covenant Craft troops, and works pretty much like... Though you should be aware they are very temperamental, and if you shoot one or accidentally hit one with another grenade, it will probably kill you. And the final grenade type in this mod is the throwable Warthog, which it sure is. And speaking of tiny warthogs, let's go ahead and talk about the library. This is a level that pretty much no one likes. It's just a dozen or so hallways filled with flood, and then more flood at the end with some flood in between. So I redesigned it a bit and made it into a cooperative driving level. The idea is real simple. Instead of fighting your way through hordes of floods solo, you and your best buddy, Sergeant Johnson, just splatter your way through to the end in style. And this change not only makes the level about half as long, but twice as enjoyable. Most of that enjoyment is of course thanks to Vocal Butcher, who voiced over 300 new lines for Sergeant Johnson. And of course, I also spent quite a bit of time integrating Johnson into the level so that he is able to see and hear what is going on and respond with the appropriate level of self-referential meme dialogue.
You brought such ineffective weapons to combat the flood, despite the containment protocols.
ineffective weapons. How about my boot up your ass, Spock? How does that sound?
Basically what I'm trying to say is I made the library kind of fun, and that is an accomplishment. Oh, and also, one more little thing about this level. I may have added a math quiz to the end.
Question 1. What is 6 times 7?
And speaking of questionable design decisions, near the end of Halo 1's campaign, Master Chief steals a Banshee from a Covenant cruiser and flies it over a desert to get to the crash site of the Pillar of Autumn. In this mod, however, Chief instead steals a Warthog and then he drives it to the crash site through the desert. A desert that I also just randomly decided to make a lot bigger. What a weird series of coincidences. Yeah. Alright guys, check this out. This is a assault rifle. Please post your complaints in the comments below. Joking aside though, this is a really questionable gun. It's a beam weapon that deals very low damage, but has a random chance to cause a super suck event. I don't know why I made this. In the original Cursed Halo, I never really touched the Sentinels. I just didn't know what to do with them at the time and kind of just left them alone. But with the wonders of modern computing, I have finally made a momentous breakthrough in comedy technology. They now say pew when they shoot. Oh, and also, Aperture Laboratories sent me over some prototype Sentinels that are pretty interesting.
Firing. Goodbye.
They even have a small chance to drop an AR-2 if you kill them.
I don't hate you.
Okay, so you see the joke is that I could have imported the model for the actual AR-2 from Half-Life, but instead of doing that, I just copy-pasted the Halo Assault Rifle model and renamed it to Assault Rifle 2. So it's an AR-2. Please post your laughter in the comments below. Another big improvement I made in this version of the mod is I've reworked and expanded all of the Minecraft items. The mod now has a much wider variety of weapons, including some neat little enchanted variants, and there's like a dozen different Minecraft potions now as well, which includes both drinkable potions and throwable splash potions. And the best part is, they all just show up as unidentified potion. So you guys have no idea what any of them do. And I'm not going to tell you. You just have to test them out and try and remember what they do based on what color they are. And while that is fairly sadistic game design, it is far from the meanest thing I've added to this mod. Another addition that I spent a fair amount of time on was tool guns. There are now a dozen or so different tool guns in the mod that each have a unique function. Some of them are useful, some of them are chaotic, and some of them are... Personally, my favorite one is the pull tool gun. It combos really well with a diamond axe that has the knockback enchantment. Oh, and of course, honorable mention to the thruster tool gun, it's just an absolute treasure as well. But my overall favorite addition to the mod still might just be the really big pistol that I showed at the start. It was obviously inspired by an old Hyper video, which a lot of people are familiar with, and yeah, it's just super satisfying. I even set up custom impacts so that when you hit like a grunt or something, it just vaporizes them and sprays blood all over the walls around it. It's like modern art, but kinda actually though. And with that, let's go ahead and move on to our last little subject here, which is the multiplayer. Cursed Halo version 1 had a set of multiplayer maps that were interesting, but Cursed Halo version 2 did not have those multiplayer maps because I could not be asked to actually update them. This new version also doesn't have multiplayer maps yet. I'm leaving it up to you guys to make that happen. I'm setting you all a challenge. If this video can get 1 like, we will do a follow-up video with Cursed Halo multiplayer expansion. If you want to play the mod, there's a link in the description. If you haven't seen the videos for Cursed Halo version 1 and 2, then check them out, they're on the screen. And if you're a patron, then you can find your name here on the Jumbotron that I had to use an 8K texture for because goddamn. And also, no sponsor for this video because this isn't about the money. It's about sending a message. And that wraps this up. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a tasty brunch.